Immunical to me has been like a resurrection. It has been like coming back from death to life.
The case of this lady I'm referring to, she had a pulmonary fibrosis. She had no lung function left when I saw her. She had 1 liter lung capacity. She couldn't breathe. She was a candidate for a lung transplant. She had no other choice. She was treated with antibiotic, bronchodilator, steroid without effect. Then comes along this milk-derived protein that cured her. Sounds like a stunning statement to make, but she was well documented by 2 independent lung disease specialists at McGill in 2 different hospitals. She was given the treatment with this whey protein concentrate called Immunocal. She lung capacity went back to 3 liter, 0.3. She was stopped the treatment. She went back to 1 liter. She was gasping for air 2-3 times to make sure it was not a fluke, it was a real effect of the treatment. Now, the second lesson we derive from her is a lesson of humility for the established medicine. Because if steroid, the best of antibiotics, bronchodilator, couldn't do anything for this lady, and here comes this milk-derived protein that actually cured her. It's been now a year since. She's doing very well.
Several years ago, after a complicated illness, my lung doctor diagnosed pulmonary fibrosis, and then my life came to a stop.
In the case of Nina Pertouche, she recognized that despite taking a variety of medications, her condition was not improving. She started taking Immunocal on her own initiative and had a dramatic improvement in her function. When her doctor called me up, he was quite surprised, but when we discussed it, I discussed that there was a very good basis for why it might be improving. Nina then subsequently went off the product and her symptoms came back. It was at that point that Nina got in touch with me, and what I suggested to her that if she was going to go back on the product, that we could study her before and then 1 month after going back on the product. She told me she was going back on the product, and so we organized for her to come in. And what we did is we measured her lung function and we measured her glutathione levels. And then we saw her 1 month later. And with much to Nina's pleasure and to our own pleasure, Nina had a dramatic improvement in her lung function and a dramatic improvement in her glutathione levels.
This is one case that I've been following very carefully. This is of a woman who had Hodgkin's disease, which is a type of cancer, and she was subjected to a lot of radiotherapy. Subsequently, she developed a lot of scarring in her lungs, something we call pulmonary fibrosis. And this pulmonary fibrosis left her quite breathless. She was someone who was very active. She was a lawyer. She was taking care of her kids, and she found herself stuck at home, essentially on home oxygen. Now, we tried all different kinds of treatment. We tried inhaled steroids, bronchodilators, different kinds of medications, and really she just was not getting any better. One day she showed up to a pulmonary physician saying, look, I can breathe. And not knowing whether this was placebo or not, we did some pulmonary function tests on her, and sure enough, she was back to 95% of normal. We were wondering why, and she told us because 6 weeks previous, she started taking a product called Immunocal.